Field work means working in extreme weather, including extreme heat and sun, which poses the threat of heat-related illnesses and sunburn. According to the Centers for Disease Control, more people die from extreme heat exposure than from hurricanes, lightning, tornadoes, floods, and earthquakes combined in the United States. Between 1979 and 1999, more than 8,000 heat-related deaths occurred in the United States. Check the weather and get approval from your supervisor to try to schedule field work for the coolest part of the week. Also try and do most of your work during the coolest parts of the day, which are early morning or late afternoon. You will hear the weather reports talk about the heat index. The heat index combines air temperature and humidity to determine how people perceive the temperature. A higher heat index number means that there is more humidity in the air, which inhibits sweat from evaporating from your skin. The evaporation of sweat cools the skin by releasing large amounts of heat from the body. In addition to a high humidity level, certain types of clothing can absorb moisture on your skin like a sponge, inhibiting your sweat from evaporating and possibly causing a heat rash. Stay away from clothes made from cotton, and wear clothing that will wick away the moisture to allow your sweat to evaporate. With the amount of liquid your body loses while sweating, it is important to stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water or sports drinks while out in the field. Avoid drinking caffeinated beverages like soda and coffee, and never consume alcohol while working in the heat. While it's always a good idea to drink plenty of water on a daily basis, planning ahead and drinking additional water before going out in the field will help you prevent heat-related illnesses. OSHA recommends that you should slowly drink at least 4 cups of cool water every hour you're in the field while working in temperatures with a heat index between 103 to 115 degrees. Drink plenty of water even if you feel that you are not thirsty. Feeling thirsty means that you are already dehydrated. As much as drinking water is important, you should never drink more than 6 cups of water in an hour, and up to 12 quarts or 48 cups per day. Drinking that much water can lower your electrolyte levels, which can cause serious health risks. Also, drink plenty of water after your day in the field to replenish the fluids that you've sweated out. Take plenty of rest breaks in shaded areas while working in the heat. Shorter but frequent work-rest cycles are best. It is recommended that you work in pairs whenever possible. If it's not possible to work with a partner, be sure to check in with your supervisor to let them know where you will be working. Also, make sure you always have your cell phone on hand in case of an emergency. Be aware of your location so you can direct help to you in case of an emergency. Since 911 is not available in all areas, pre-program the number for local emergency services into your phone. There are many different forms of heat illnesses varying in degrees of seriousness. Learn to recognize the signs and what steps you should take to avoid serious harm. One of the less serious of heat-related illnesses, heat rash occurs while working in more humid environments where sweat does not evaporate from the skin and clogs the sweat ducts. The rash usually appears on the neck, upper chest, and folds of the skin. Heat rash will usually go away on its own, but a cool shower or bath and letting the skin air dry will help. If the skin feels prickly or the rash does not clear up on its own in a few days, see your doctor. Heat cramps are painful, involuntary muscle spasms caused by dehydration from working in the heat. The cramps may be caused by too little or too much salt. The spasms mostly affect your calves, arms, abdomen, and back, although it can affect any muscle group. Heat cramps can happen alone or with other heat-related illnesses. If you start to experience cramps, immediately stop working to rest and cool down. It's ideal to find an air-conditioned building to cool down in. If you're nowhere near buildings, find a shady spot to rest or sit in an air-conditioned vehicle. Allow the inside of the vehicle time to cool down before getting in to rest. Be sure to notify your supervisor of your situation. Make sure you slowly drink water or electrolyte sports drinks. Do not drink caffeinated beverages. If cramps do not go away in a short period of time, notify your supervisor of your situation. If lasting more than 3 hours, seek medical attention. Heat exhaustion is the result of your body overheating. If you experience any of the following symptoms: cool, pale, moist skin with goosebumps when in the heat, heavy sweating, faintness or dizziness, weak, rapid pulse, low blood pressure upon standing, muscle cramps, headache or nausea, decreased and dark-colored urine, mood changes. You are possibly suffering from heat exhaustion. Treating heat exhaustion is similar to treating heat cramps, which includes stopping activity and finding a cool place to rest, and drinking a small cup of cool water or sports drink every 15 minutes. If you feel dizzy or lightheaded, put your head between your legs. Remove any tight clothing and cool your skin by fanning it using a cool spray mist of water or a wet cloth. Heat exhaustion can easily turn into the more serious condition of heat stroke. If you do not feel better within a few minutes, seek emergency assistance by either calling 911 or local emergency services. Also notify your supervisor of the situation. Heat stroke is the most serious heat-related illness and can result in death. It can shut down major body organs by causing acute heart, liver, kidney, brain, and muscle damage. Heat stroke can progress from heat exhaustion, but can strike you on its own. The symptoms of heat stroke include dry skin, confusion, hot red skin that looks like a sunburn, mood changes, body temperature rises to 106 degrees or higher, seizures or fits, or the person has collapsed or passed out. It is important to call 911 immediately if you suspect you or the person you are working with is suffering from heat stroke. While waiting for help, move to a cool, shaded area and drink some cool water if you are not feeling nauseated. Remove any heavy or restricted clothing and cool your skin by fanning it or use a wet cloth. If you have access to ice, place ice packs under your armpits and groin area. If you are working in pairs, help the person lie on their back and remove any objects close to them in case they begin to seizure. If they feel sick, lay them on their side. With any medical emergency in the field, notify your supervisor or another employee working in the area of your situation. The rays from the sun can be just as dangerous as the heat. Not protecting yourself from the UV rays of the sun leads to damage of the skin, which is called sunburn. Continued damage to your skin caused by sun overexposure is one of the leading causes of skin cancer. Skin cancer is the most common form of cancer, and more than 1.2 million new cases of skin cancer are diagnosed in the U.S. each year. To protect yourself from the harmful rays, always apply sunscreen with a minimum of 15 SPF before going out in the field. Make sure you cover all exposed skin, including arms, face, neck, and scalp. Reapply sunscreen often throughout the day to maintain its effectiveness. The sun's rays are damaging regardless of time of year and temperature. Water and snow can reflect up to 90% of UV rays, and you can even get sunburnt on a cloudy day. So make it a habit to always use sunscreen regardless of the time of year. A wide-brimmed hat and safety glasses that offer sun protection should also be worn. The sun is the strongest between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., so plan your field work accordingly and try to stay in shaded areas whenever possible. A single sunburn is uncomfortable at most. However, if you experience severe pain, severe blistering, headache, confusion, nausea or vomiting, fainting or dizziness, notify your doctor to decide whether you need to seek medical attention. Over time, continually getting sunburnt can lead to permanent skin damage and possible skin cancer. According to the CDC, skin cancer is the most common form of cancer in the United States. There are 3 main types of skin cancer. The 2 most common types of skin cancer are basal cell and squamous cell carcinomas. Both typically appear on areas exposed to the sun. Basal cell carcinoma forms on the lowest layer of the epidermis and develops slowly. This type typically does not spread to other parts of the body. Squamous cell carcinoma forms on the top layer of skin, but is most likely to spread to other parts of the body. Both basal cell and squamous cell carcinomas are highly curable if detected early. The 3rd and most serious type of skin cancer is melanoma. This type forms in the skin cells that make pigment called melanocytes. This type of skin cancer is the deadliest because it can spread easily to other parts of the body if not detected early. Since early detection of skin cancer is the best way to cure it, you should check yourself regularly for any new spots that may appear on your skin or changes to any existing moles or spots. When checking your skin, the American Academy of Dermatology recommends remembering the A, B, C, D, E's of melanoma. Asymmetry. Is the mole an irregular shape? Border. Is the edge or border of a mole ragged, notched, or blurred? Color. Is the color of the mole uneven? Diameter. Is the size larger than a pencil eraser? Evolving. Has the spot changed in the past few weeks or months? If you experience any of these signs, go to your doctor immediately to have the spot checked out. There is a very high success rate in treating skin cancer, but early detection is the key.